Ready to go then? Yep. So welcome back to the action here. We are going to continue on post-race here from the Red Bull Ring, as we didn't quite have enough time on our live stream to catch up with all of the drivers. Obviously, we heard from the top three. Let's hear from a few more of the drivers who made the race spectacular. First of all, to Jeff Fournier of the Epic Racing team. Jeff, great to catch up with you. Fourth position, a really interesting fight today. There were points in the race when it definitely looked as if a win could have been on.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Yeah, maybe not the win, but yeah, solid top 2, top 3 was on for sure today. So yeah, that's a shame. When I saw Alex going wide in turn 2, I knew I had to make the move right away. So yeah, I had to try it and I failed. So that's a shame.
It's difficult because you could see definitely there was enough space to make the move happen if it just ended up unraveling your way, and it was just a couple of inches over to the wet line, and it's just so difficult to keep the car straight at that point.
Actually, I was confused because there were Brillac who was getting lapped, so we were pretty much 3 wide if I remember correctly, and yeah, I was confused where Brillac was actually on the track. So yeah. But yeah, at the end I putted my front left wheel on the wet and spun on my own. So it's my fault.
Always a difficult position to be in, and obviously fighting back to 4th position, that's good points.
Yeah, sure. Jarl had an incident. Well, he had an incident with me earlier in the race also. So yeah, he doesn't score points. Brillac doesn't score points. Costa was missing the race, so I finished in front of Dennis Jordan. So yeah, on a championship optic, it's a good race for me. That's for sure.
Good stuff. So let's move on from Jeff. Thank you very much indeed, Jeff. We'll to one of the stars of the midfield, Chris Butcher. Chris, let's be fair, moving up from Formula Challenge is no mean achievement to come straight in at Super League, and you had a very entertaining race.
It didn't really feel entertaining from my point of view. It was difficult just keeping it on track, to be honest with you. And you're absolutely right. It's a huge step up from Formula Challenge. I got the call up very late, and my first laps were in qualifying, so not particularly ideal for the build up. But that's the way it goes sometimes.
So this is one of those circuits where obviously power is really important, but you've had a lot more on today than you did 2 days ago. But did Tuesday night really help to give you a bit of a better confidence moving into today's race?
Normally I would say yes, but you know, these cars are so different, and the conditions were completely different as well. So you know, it was like learning the track all over again, to be honest.
So now you've had that race under your belt, do you know kind of where you need to put yourself in terms of your developmental train to kind of get yourself into a permanent Super League seat? Has it helped?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, I had my first race at Canada, which went reasonably well, and now I've experienced the wet as well. Strategy, obviously, is something that I need to learn, and I'm sure that, you know, I'll pick up on that from the guys at Hawkeye, and you know, we'll see where it goes from there. Hopefully, I'll get another drive this season and really show what I can do.
Fantastic. Well, it's been great to talk to you, Chris. Good job, and hopefully we'll see you more times through the season in Super League as well as in Formula Challenge.
Thanks very much.
Good job. Let's catch up with one of the drivers who ended up with a frustrating end to the day, Ben Horrell of Street Fighter team. This was a race, Ben, where you guys on home soil were supposed to be bagging as many points as you possibly could. It just didn't end up going your guys' way today.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I think you used the right word. It was incredibly frustrating. Sponsors home race, you know, massively important for us. You know, run a special livery for it as well, which we're going to stop using because they're not very lucky for us at the minute. But yeah, we put so much effort into it. We brought Michele D'Alessandro in, the current Formula Sim Racing World Championship leader. He joined us on the pit wall. He was helping us out with the driving as well. You know, he came in to help us, and we had a good shot. And obviously after, you know, the wet qualifying, got my best qualifying of the season in P10. I thought we were we're on for something good. I thought our hard work was finally going to start paying off.
This is one of those situations where you guys have got all of the tools on the pit wall to really move forward, but we're 8 races in now and it just hasn't happened for whatever reason. I mean, how hard are you guys working in between races to kind of put these issues to bed?
Incredibly hard. It's it's not just myself and Flo who are the main drivers. We've also got D'Alessandro's in now. We've got Franchik, who's been helping us with the since the start of the season. We've also got our Red Bull juniors as well, and Bent Superneck and Manuel Martini, and George Sutton, who made his debut today as well. So we've got a huge support structure behind us. We're just I don't know what's missing. We've tried everything. I've talked to other managers. We're trying as hard as we can. We just need to find something. Today was supposed to be sort of a boost to our morale to try and help us really sort of overcome these issues. But it kind of Flo had a frustrating race. I've had a frustrating race, and it's just hasn't been our day. It hasn't been our season so far.
Well, hopefully all of the bad issues and all of the negativity that's already come before is going to end, and at Silverstone you guys can bounce back and we'll see that train moving forwards. It'd be really, really good to see you in the points more regularly, Ben. Keep your head strong, and hopefully on your home soil we'll see you in the points.
I'm actually missing out Silverstone. So D'Alessandro will be taking the number 11 for Silverstone, and potentially the rest of the season. Red Bull Ring could end up being my last race in Super League. I announced a couple of races ago that I wouldn't be continuing Super League at the end of the season, and the way the season's gone, it's definitely a thought about bringing it forward. So I think we're gonna have a hard think over the next week or so, and probably announce something the Friday before the race about what's happening in the future.
Okay, well, we do hope that isn't the last time we see Ben Horrell flying around the circuit in WTF1 Super League. We wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, guys. See you soon.
Right, the last one that we need to catch up with post-race is not a driver, but a team manager. After a good race for the team, scoring points in a critical part of the season. For Mad Cape, it's Xavier de Carvalho. Xavier, good to see you, and good points in the bag at a critical point. An interesting race, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely a nice sort of way to go into Silverstone and then heading off, I think, into Germany and then into the big break. I think we can actually build a little bit off of this result. It's been a tough season, until now. It started off quite good. I mean, we had a really positive lineup going into the beginning of the season with Strana and Olsen. Unfortunately, Strana hasn't been able to continue due to some personal issues. So we brought a few other faces into the team, and again, ups and downs. I think a lot of people were all talk and less walk. But I think we got a positive sort of sentiment in the team now going forward, especially after these points. We brought George in as well. He's been exceptionally quick throughout practice. I think just the rain threw him off today. He has mentioned as well that he might have held up a driver in qualifying, and it put him in the wrong headspace. But I think we can build from this, and I think the second half of the season might be going a little bit better for us. We're doing so well outside of GPVWC. It's just disappointing to be where we are right now. So I think we can definitely do better.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, Tobias did a good job in terms of bringing home some points, and it was a very tricky race for him. George had that ability to just keep it going, because in a race like that, you never know how many people finish. So are you pleased with the way George acquitted himself, considering? I mean, let's be fair, jumping up from 2 leagues 2 nights ago, that's a really impressive performance.
Well, look, his primary mandate was just to finish. So, he got the car to the end, whether it was 6 laps down, or 1 lap down, or on the lead lap. He got it to the finish, and that was the most important thing for us. In terms of pace, once the track dried up, he wasn't too far off. I really do think it was just the wet track that chucked him off a little bit today. But it's something that he can learn from, and he has acknowledged that, and he has committed to putting in the hours. The one thing that I can commend George for is he's not one of the guys so far this season who have been all talk and less walk. He's put in the hours, he's put in the practice, and he's willing to do better. He's willing to actually mix it up in the points and to get us out of the relegation zone. I don't think we belong there at all. I mean, if you look at the series, we just won a local championship. We on our way to winning a world championship outside of here. But we shouldn't be where we are in GPVWC. Like a lot of people have mentioned, we've got some pretty big sponsors. We've got a pretty big fan base as well. When you take a look at our social channels, there are quite a few people behind the team, and we're disappointing ourselves and we're disappointing them at the same time. So yeah, we need a string of positive results. We need to work hard. We need to get ourselves out of this slump. At least we've ended the drought in terms of points up until now in the season. So we'll just have to see where we go from here. I think the development of the car was also a bit of an issue. We strayed a little bit off the beaten path, and we've kind of fixed that now. We've got a really nice plan going into after Germany, into the big break. So whether that pans out and works in our favor, we'll have to see. But I'm quite confident that we can bounce back in the second half of the season.
I think I speak for many people when we hope that this is the resurgence in starting for the Mad Cake team. We really wish you all the very best, and hopefully we'll see you back where you belong in the points at Silverstone. Good luck, Xavier.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, like I say as well, just to end off, we've sold our Formula Sim Racing license as well, so that distraction's out the way, and we're going to be using the money to reinvest into the team and into GPVWC as well. So yeah, let's hope it works out the way we want it to.
Fantastic. All steam ahead then, mate. See you next time at Silverstone.
Thank you. Goodbye.
That's it for the moment. We'll be catching up with more drivers in preparation for the next round of the championship at Silverstone. Thanks for tuning in. There's more action at GPVWC.com.